Jai Siya Ram. Welcome to 2022. We need to learn to live with the situations that we have, as we all know. Even the doctors have said that we cannot vaccinate out of this situation. So we have to use common sense. Of course, make sure that you get your medication, all the jabs necessary, and make sure you take all the precautions. But at the same time, for those who are not vulnerable, we should get on with our lives. So, here's wishing you a happy and a safe 2022. Today, I'm going to discuss something very special. I love weddings, as you know. I conduct lots of weddings, and weddings are important in life. It's an important milestone to achieve and to grow into. We believe that Lagna, the Vivaha Sanskar, is a union of two souls. It's a union of two families. And it's a union of two cultures. Sometimes people marry from the same culture and tradition, but even then, every family has a little bit of different way of doing things, as we know. So what do? We learn to adapt. When I was a kid, my guru taught me that not even your own 5 fingers are exactly the same. Correct? One is short, one is long, one is thick, one is thin, and so on and so forth. So what we have to do is learn to adjust and adapt and accept the variances that we have, the differences that we have. The new trend I found last year is a unique one, and that is outdoor weddings in England. Well, it has been a mixed bag, I would say. First of all, some weddings were very hot, even 22 degrees Celsius. If you sit in that for a long time, remember the groom entry is 30 minutes, then we have to do the Hindu ceremony, which is 90 minutes or so, thereabouts, and then we have to allocate some times for family portraits, maybe some lunch, and then the games and the vidai, the farewell. Sitting so many hours in blistering sun, and to me 22 can be very hot after a long time. Yeah, for a little while it's okay, but for hours and hours and hours and hours, even 22 is too much. I have seen literally by my eyes that a lot of people have fainted in these summer temperatures during the wedding. One wedding bride's mom fainted. And so, yes, it can be good for your videos, for your photos, the background, the looks, but it's a wild card. Indoors, when we do wedding indoors, we've got a special magic thing, I might say, in a light-hearted way, and that is thermostat. You control that. You can dial in this many degrees Celsius, this many degrees Celsius, and your temperature would stay relatively around that zone. But when you're outdoors, hey, no guarantees. Nothing can be said. It can change at any second. So what to do? Well, in my eyes, I have found that even in the colder days, people had to put on shawls, go indoors. Some of them had to just leave the wedding and go indoors. So either we had too cold or too hot days, and very few were in between. So weddings-wise, I believe that it's better for our senior members, our youngsters, I'm talking toddlers and around that age. It's better to have a safer, controllable temperature. And so I suggest that you would conduct a Hindu wedding indoors and then have canapes, refreshments, even lunch and, food outdoors if you like. That way, people can pick and choose because often, if it's a religious ceremony, you would invite your elders, senior people, and you would also have some children around, and especially some of them are vulnerable. They are old and frail. Like when we are, in a younger age, we can tolerate a bit of cold, a bit of heat. But, you know, the elders would struggle with that sometimes, some of them. And hence, I again and again say that it's better to conduct wedding indoors where you are safe and you can regulate the temperature with the thermostat. I wish you great success for this year. Have happy planning. And as we say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So make sure you got a good plan. How do you do that? If you contact me, I would be happy to help you plan your wedding and organize your wedding. I've done loads of weddings. I've been conducting weddings for ages, for a long, long time. In fact, I've been assistant to a lot of people since childhood. And for last lots of years, I've been conducting wedding myself. And so I've got a wealth of information to tell you what not to do, what to do, which pitfalls to avoid, and what is the best practices in this to do. So feel free to call me on my number, and you can always send me message on WhatsApp if I'm busy and I cannot pick up your call. Just feel free to leave me a WhatsApp message, or even you can email me. So happy planning for the year 2022 and 23. God bless you. Jai Shri Krishna.